Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today's video is going to be 5 Lapis Lazuli Cabs that I did on July 17th and 18th of last year. They got a 40 by 30 millimeter oval, 30 by 22 millimeter oval, two 18 by 13 earrings, and an 18 by 13 cab for a ring. Those are millimeters also, 18 by 13 millimeter. I've lost or didn't record finishing off two of the stones. I think they were two of the two earring cabs. I think I did. They may be in there in a different file or different folder somewhere, but I did. Somehow I lost just showing those two as I was doing them. And in order to make this one shorter, I just cut out most of the grinding process on each individual cab. I just got the process in there for one or two cabs, and that may be how I lost the footage. It may have been in there on my fast forwarded part, because I fast forwarded through the grinding part on the cabin machine. Most of it. Some of it when I did say anything important and wasn't just talking to myself. I stopped it there, but here's the two bigger ones. And then here, let's see how I can do this. And there are the three earring and ring cabs. They're all the same size, but I've made an extra one because there were some fractures in them. So the extra one that I had, seeing as how it didn't crack, or seeing as how they didn't none of them break on me, I did stabilize them, but it was the acetone method for stabilizing, with acetone and supposed to be C3000 or 3000 E3000 super glue, but I used Gorilla Glue, 2-part Gorilla Glue. I don't think it was the right stuff. I'm going to have to get me some CA glue that actually go in there. I could have probably used resin. That's what I should have probably done anyway. I'm just going to have to go over I've got a video saved on YouTube that shows me how to do it. I just haven't done it yet. What I want to do is get a vacuum chamber where I can suck the super glue into the stone, so that it goes all the way in and make sure it heals all the fractures. Any place it can get into, it'll heal because it sucks it in there. The vacuum will suck it in there. But I haven't got one of those yet. It's going to be a while. But anyway, so here's the video. Okay, welcome back. Today I'm going to work on these Lapis Lazuli cabs I've got dopped up here. I'm going to have two earrings, a ring, and two amulets, or two pendants, however you want to put them, however you want to say it. I'm not sure what I'm going to actually do as far as the mountain goes, but I'm going to do my best and make them look good, and then go from there. I'm thinking about getting into actually doing silver work, but I don't know. My hands aren't all that steady, but the wire work is just doesn't seem to be working too good. I'm going to start this out on a 220 stone. I'm going to start all these out on a 220 stone. I've got some, I tried stabilizing it. Now whether the stabilization took, I don't know. But I've got some fractures in these. This one has one that goes across the back down here. Across this way, it goes from here to there where my two thumbs are at, and it doesn't go very deep into the stone on this side. Wait a minute. Yeah, it doesn't go very deep into the stone on the top side, so I'm going to, on this side, so I'm going to use this as the top. Hopefully that'll stay together back down there. That's after stabilization. It should be fairly much stuck together pretty good on this back side. Now I'm sure that stabilization didn't go all the way into the center of the stone, but hopefully I won't lose any of that. If I do, it didn't cost me nothing. I got these from my aunt. She brought them from Arizona, but I've got a couple of fractures going down through this way too. So a lot of these stones have fractures on them. Hopefully I can not mess them up. Well, I'll have to find the other ones later. I'll show them to you if I see them when I'm working on it. But well, here we go. I left the water plugged in for 3 days now. Still got plenty. Good deal. I had a lot of epoxy stuck to the outside of these that I had to scrape off. It just takes a while to work it off with a stone and it's so soft. The diamonds don't really want to do a whole lot to it, so I scraped it off with a X-Acto knife. And when I did, I noticed how when I did the edges of these, I didn't use the 220, I just did the 80 and stopped there. So they had pretty much a bunch of fairly deep scratches in there. And I need to get those out. And the excess super glue that went down inside of them. I think I used the wrong super glue. I used a 2-part Gorilla Glue super glue because I couldn't find any 3000. I haven't been able to find any 3000 forever around here. I guess I'm going to have to order some from one of my supply people that I get stuff from. Okay, let's start doming the top. These are definitely going to be closed back bezels, or maybe depending on what I use. They don't need to be open back, in other words. Because these aren't going to let any light through them at all. They're not. They're not translucent anyway. The solid rock, solid blues all the way through is white. There's a lot of white in this one. There was a lot of white in the slab, but super glue. I think I want to leave these with a higher dome too, because that way they don't look cheap and flimsy. That'll help to keep them together as they age. high girdle on them, but I want it to be fairly high. Probably ought to work down to that first. Get my girdle set where I want it, and then work on the doming of the top. Fracture, there it is. Well, that's the fracture I was really looking for. But it's got two cracks right there between my fingers, and they both go in deeper at the bottom than they do at the top. Also, same just like the other one, but they meet on the inside of the stone there. If I wet that down, you can see a little bit about the dull area where they meet. It's like a line going, swooping down this way from between the scratches. One thing I don't want to do, I don't think, is leave any flat on the top of these. Blue is my favorite color, but I don't plan on wearing any of these. Using a lot of my blue. Of course, that may just be, yeah, because it's drying out. This looks like, okay, let's go to the next wheel. We'll do each one to the finish because I'm not going to get all 5, 6, 7, 8 of these done today. I know that for a fact. Well, not a fact, but I probably won't. I'm a lazy bastard sometimes. I am retired after all. 64 years old, you'd think I'd be able to remember to suck on a cigarette to keep it lit. Ooh, look at the tobacco stone. I didn't notice that. High spot on my girdle. Why is it the outside edge of that oval always seems, the long edge of that oval always seems to be the hardest one to get the same height as the end. Most of the end. And that one was a little high also. I didn't change my glasses either. Wish they'd make 3-power glasses that focused out a little bit further than here. That's why I got to wear the 175s for working out there. But I am close enough here that these ones will focus out that far. Oh, there's that crack. It runs almost all the way across. Can you see it there? Starts right there. Yeah. Starts right there and goes all the way down this way. Almost all the way to the edge. Stops right there. That's not that far from the edge. But it doesn't look like it goes through to the back. But I may be wrong. Oh, and that's bad because that's on that spot that I told you was those two cracks on the edge, and they both meet just right in there. So that's like a little triangle cut out, and that crack continues on from the point of the triangle inside the stone on down to almost to the other side. This is going to be tricky, and it looks like there's a little bit of a gap in between that crack too, so I think it's going to show up no matter what. But as long as it's get it in the stone or get it in the setting, these I'll probably have to make silver settings for these rather than use store-bought settings. I don't want the prongs, and then I have to put a bezel around it, fold it down all the way around in order to keep the cracks from coming out, or to keep the cracks from keep them tight so they don't break and loosen up. That crack's got enough space in between it that it's probably already got super glue in it from the super glue is what I used to stabilize it with, the super glue and acetone. I think I used the wrong kind of super glue. I had clumps of super glue in there sticking to everything, and it left a coating all the way around the stones, and I didn't use a vacuum chamber. I just used acetone and super glue. And I probably should get a vacuum chamber and stabilize stuff that way. That leaves a coating on it too, but at least I know it goes all the way into the stone because it sucks all the super glue, or the, not super glue, but epoxy. Sucks all the epoxy in, so into the stone, so that would heal all the fractures. But that's going to have to wait for another time. I still got to insulate this shop yet. Winter's getting close. It's almost the middle of July. It is the middle of July, not almost. Go a little more on that. Some of those cracks seem to be opening up like I'm chipping stuff out of them. There probably is. That white is quartz, I do believe, inside of there. And I think those cracks have probably got quartz crystals inside them, druzy crystals that chip out. Although you can't really see the crystals, that doesn't mean they're not there. Luckily the bezel's going to be covered up. I don't know why I'm polishing it. But you can see the cracks on that edge, I think, I hope. When you didn't have to look at all this footage. I haven't done anything with any of it yet. And I need to. Okay, I'm back. Great. Pieces of chips and stuff coming out of the face of this. Even scratches no matter which way I put it. I'm gonna have to take it to cerium oxide, I think. Okay, I'm ready to take the cerium oxide. See the shine on it. You can see the scratches right in the center of the face. And you can see that crack pretty good too. And you can see where the pits are coming out, where it's causing the scratches. Hopefully the cerium oxide will take that out, and that crack's a little bit harder to see now too, but it's not completely gone. It ain't gonna be completely gone. Okay, let's set that aside and we'll start on this next biggest one here. And go from there. Back to the 220. The edge was pretty rough on this one, so it's got quite a bit of super glue still stuck to it, or epoxy still stuck to it. Couldn't scratch it all off, or scrape it all off with my X-Acto knife. First I was going to put it on the flat lap on the 320, or
280 grit, or 325 grit. But that wasn't doing much. It was too thick. Looked like it didn't leave a dull spot. Yeah, I gotta go to the next wheel. Down, I've still got some scratches on there, some flat spots, but the flat spots I think are crystal pockets in the white. What's making them look like they're dull. And if you will see where the lines are coming down this way on the lines going towards the bottom, the white lines. Those look like they're a little bit dull. It's just because of the white line. It's just a trick of the light. Go to 1200. These aren't, these scratches that's still on the face of this aren't as bad as that last one at all. Outside edge. Don't want to leave any more scratches. water that was on there. White lines again. Been sitting here all this time, got my headphones in my ears, my cell phone in my pocket, and not a bit of music playing. There we go. That white quartz, it looked like it had a yellow. This has got a little bit of rust in it. You can see the yellow in it. That big white spot there, and it looked like there was a little bit of rust in there. These white spots down here. But it wasn't. Just wasn't quite as shiny as the rest of it. Okay, I can take that to the next stone, our next wheel. Rust area that I pointed out, but here's a big white spot just showing a little bit dull. Probably because it's a little soft. It's in the quartz, but the rust is softer than the quartz, I can guarantee that. Okay, that one's ready to take to the next, to the cerium oxide. As soon as I got to take one, I'm going to take them all. I don't want them to look any different, just in case. And I may have to take the others just because of the scratches or something like that on them. These ones are going to be fairly quick, I hope, because they're so small. Maybe I can get all these three done before I eat, and then after I eat, I can do the other three. Okay. That one's done. There we go. See how shiny it is. Okay, I think I'm going to wait on that fourth one till after I eat. That way it'd give me 4 after I eat and 4 before I eat. Okay, I'm back. My steak was good. So was my lima beans. Well, we'll start on this last one, and then we'll go to these agates over here. Lace agates. Or no, Montana agates, I do believe. Moss agates. Skirt on this one's almost round. Got a chip in there? Yeah, I do. Oh well, it's going to be hid. Crooked bezels are not going to be hid if I put a wire over top of it. And it could be just that white thing. I gotta come down that far anyway, as long as it's straight up to that point. Well, that's got a flat spot on it too. How'd that happen? Looks like a flat spot, but it's not. It's just a wide spot that's going past. I didn't get up to my line on that side. That's why it looked out of proportion. Okay, next one. Okay, that one's ready to go to the cerium oxide. Okay, I'm going to put the cerium oxide finish on, or I should say polish these with the cerium oxide finish polish on them. The grinding on them, cutting on them. It's not actually adding anything, it's just using grit to make it shine. And this is the one I had the main problem with, all the little pits in it. And there's some scratches from the pits where they're letting crystals out. And some of these didn't look like they needed it, but ain't no sense in doing one and not doing all the others. This is basically the only one that really needed it, but I'm going to do them all anyway. May be messing up, but I've got to, I don't want to get any of that white cerium oxide in the, down in the pits and make them white instead of black. Makes them more noticeable. light in them. It's not that I can tell. One piece of dark color that's standing out there, but it's a lot better. Not as scratchy on the face. Got all those little scratches from the little crystals that broke out of the cracks. Cool beans. Well, let's do the others. It's going to be quick on them. I'm just going to hit them a lick in the promise and call it good. I don't know why I'm going over the outside edge. I'm usually putting a bezel around the outside edge of it, so I don't need to polish the skirt or the girdle. Shine on these. I like these. I don't like all that white quartz in them. At least I don't like a lot of the white quartz. I mean, it's good for contrast. But part of that slab was almost all white quartz. I think I tumbled the rest of it, the scraps from it. I didn't even cut anything off of them or shape them or anything. I just put them in the tumbler, put them in the vibratory tumbler because they were cut slabs. The outside edges weren't rough. I didn't need to go to the 80 grit. On a vibratory tumbler, I only go from 120 to 220 or 220 to and then down to the 3 stages through to the final polish. 3rd stage being the final polish. That one's done. Tell the difference. It's not much, but it's just a little bit shinier. So these two up, and this one's got a lot of white in it than the one I'm getting ready to do, but I'll let you judge for yourself and you can tell the difference. The one on the right of from your perspective, the one on the right is the one I polished with the serum oxide, and the one on the left is the one I didn't yet. That's just up to 3,000 grit on the cabachons. It's hard to tell the difference without the right kind of lighting, and I don't think I've got that. This is going to be the ring too. That's why it's going to be the ring. I cut a 3rd one just in case I had one of them break. And when I was trimming them out for the stenciled sections, and it didn't break. So I decided I'd make a ring out of it. Maybe if I decide to do. I got to check into the prices of all the stuff I need, the prices of the materials, and it's going to be a little while before I can do that. So I'll just sit on these until then, unless I can find somebody that wants them. The girdle's thicker on this one than it is on the other two, and the dome's a little higher, as you can tell. I put it side by side. Dome's a little higher, and now they're both polished at the same outside. Good looking stone. I like this stone. Well, that was quick and easy. I'm going to go ahead and pause this because I got to dop up some the agates, the moss agates that I was working on yesterday too, and polish the backs. I had to take them off the dop stick from doing the faces so that I could dop them on the face to do the back. And I'll be right back.
Well, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Well, leave me some comments. I don't have any comments yet so far. I've got 17 videos posted, and I'm just trying to figure out. I'll go back through the. I've been going through the analytics on the videos to see which ones are being watched more, which ones are being watched longest. I've only got one subscriber. Well, it shows 3, but I've only got a name for one, so I may have 2 that just didn't put any names in on the subscribe part. One of them is my brother from Shreveport, but the only reason why he subscribed, I think, is because I've made his the women of his family some oval or some egg-shaped Brazilian agate cabs or necklaces settings for for 4 of them, his wife and her 2 daughters and their granddaughter, and they're my step nieces and great step niece. So, but they all came from the same round egg-shaped rock, Brazilian agate rock that I slabbed up and made cabs for him. So that's probably the only reason why he subscribed. But I would like to get more subscribers. If you like it, if you like the videos, please subscribe. If you don't, let me know why. Let me know whether you want them shorter, whether you want them more detailed. I talk a lot about what it takes to do to get certain scratches out and what you got to look for and certain things. And that's only just from observation, not from being taught any of this. Like I said earlier, all of my videos, I've mentioned that I've only been doing this for 3 years, so I'm not an expert by any means. But all the videos that I used to learn how to do this were YouTube videos, and some of them because they were trying to get viewers, and I don't know, I'm not sure why they were making them so short and not putting so much information on them. All I got was you put a certain amount of pressure on the wheel or on the disc on your flat lap or whatever, and it didn't say what that certain amount was, whether it was hard pressure, light pressure, medium pressure. But then I started, after the fire, that's part of the reason why I didn't have as much experience during that 3 years. That's why I say it was an off and on thing, because I had a fire in the garage and my equipment burned up, and then some of my rocks got scorched a little bit. Well, not scorched, just sooty. But that put me off where I had to wait for the pole barn to get rebuilt. It took almost a year to do that, and all that. And then I had to get my shop shop insulated and get heater and air conditioning and all that stuff. So this video probably has it where I don't have anything on the walls. I don't have this pink insulation on the wall. This is foam insulation. So it was probably just pole barn metal on the inside, because that's what I got well, these two walls are pole barn, and then the other two walls have insulation behind them because they're the outside walls. So they've got a little bit of insulation, the bubble wrap type stuff that they use for pole barns to keep it from sweating and dripping on you when it's cool and moist outside and that type of stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm making this video so much longer than it was just because I'm talking. I may cut some of this out. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please have a good day and take care. And any tips, I'll take any tips I can get. Suggestions, I don't care. I'll read all the comments when I start getting them. So thanks for watching and have a good day.